I'm here to call out Joe Rogan for saying the earth is round. The earth is clearly flat. I have proof for that. I'm from Arkansas. Shout out Arkansas. And God bless our community, the farmers. Hola, soy Ilia Topuria. Voy a knockout Brycemitchell esta fin de semana. Soy el mejor luchador del mundo. Y voy a matar esto gringo. Hello and welcome to Bloodsport MMA, and welcome to that cringe intro with the impersonations of Ilia Topuria and Brycemitchell, who will clash down this weekend at UFC 282 in the last pay-per-view of the year. Who will win and how? Find it out after the intro. Brycemitchell against Ilia Topuria. What a fight. I think every hardcore MMA fan is waiting for that fight since a long time. Because Brycemitchell was originally scheduled to fight Movsar Evloev, I think in November even. Evloev then pulled out with an injury, and Topuria was scheduled to face Edson Barbosa. I don't even remember when, maybe even here in December, I don't know. And Barbosa had to pull out due to an injury. And I think Mitchell and Topuria were even beefing before already. So the beef then definitely started when both of them were missing opponents, and both of them were searching for new opponents. So they had a little back and forth on Instagram. It was quite funny, and they definitely don't like each other, which makes the fight even more exciting, right? And it's really as interesting as it gets, because you have an undefeated striker against an undefeated grappler. Someone's though gotta go. And who will be the one leaving with a 1 next to their name in the record on Saturday night or Sunday? It's definitely a hard fight to pick, because both fighters are very good at their thing. Like, Brycemitchell is a phenomenal grappler, has really great jiu-jitsu, also good wrestling. Topuria on the other side is a powerful, great striker who until now wasn't looking bad on the ground as well. So it's really hard to pick. That's why I tried to break it a little bit down for you guys. Brycemitchell is famous for his grappling, as I said. He has, I think, definitely one, maybe even 2 twister wins in the UFC, which is crazy. If you don't know what a twister is, Google or go on YouTube, Brycemitchell twister. Crazy submission that you rarely ever see, because it's very hard to get. Brycemitchell is as good as he gets on the ground, honestly, especially for his age. He's very young still, and he showed in his last fight, where he had a huge step up in competition against Edson Barbosa, that he can not only grapple but also strike. He hurt Edson on the feet. He knocked Edson down. And if you don't know Edson Barbosa, if you're like new into the UFC, Edson Barbosa is one of the best strikers you'll ever see. Edson Barbosa's kicks are probably the fastest kicks in history of human mankind. He's insane. He's famous for his striking. Everybody's afraid of his kicks and knees and fast hands. Just everywhere in the striking department, he's a big threat. And Brycemitchell, honestly, I don't know if demolish is the right term, but he definitely left no doubt who's the better fighter. And he definitely showed us, hey, this guy is not just a cool dude from Arkansas who is able to submit average fighters in the UFC. No, he can also beat the very top, and in spectacular fashion. Not only with the grappling, also with the stand-up, even though, of course, the ground game is still his main weapon. The interesting thing about Brycemitchell is he lives in Arkansas in a trailer. So he lives like in the middle of nowhere, has his own farm there. Like, he literally provides for himself all the way through, which is something I really respect.
USA respect!
And I think it's really cool also. I love his videos and Instagram clips, even though he has sometimes, as I mentioned, maybe a little bit in the cringe intro, he has interesting ways of seeing the world sometimes, but that's of course his opinion, which is totally fine with me. And I really like this guy, man. I really like Brycemitchell. I don't know what it is, just something about him, I really like this guy. He's also the only guy who has his own shorts and stuff, but the only thing that sometimes makes me worried about him is exactly that. He lives and trains on his farm. He has a small little mat space on his farm where he trains. I don't know exactly about his situation, who his coaches really are, how often they're there and something, we don't know that. Sometimes he goes to big gyms for like sparring sessions, but his mentality is, I don't train at big gyms because then people will know what I do, people will know my game plan, people will know what I'm good at. I want to train in my own walls, train with my own guys. He doesn't train with like the highest level black belts on earth, he doesn't fly in the best strikers, you know what I mean? He doesn't train at like a gym like Sanford MMA where you have the best sparring partners you can get every day. He trains with like friends, of course they're good, they're black belts and stuff, but he trains with like his friends and people he knows since he's young. As far as I'm concerned at least, correct me if I'm wrong. To like be a mystery. That's what he wants to do, like be a mystery that people don't know what's coming for them. Okay, yeah, I see that approach, but I believe at a certain point you have to, in my opinion at least, I would like to be proven wrong by him. I believe at a certain point, if you fight a guy like a Volkanovski, who's the champion in his division, who trains with killers every day at City Kickboxing in a great gym, big gym with big names, and you yourself train in your small gym with your friends, you can be as mystery as you want to. Like at the end of the day, it's a cage fight. You can take him down, you can punch him or kick him in the face, elbow, whatever, you know what the deal is. There's only so much mystery, you know what I mean? And I believe this could be dangerous for Bryce one day. But now he's facing Ilia Topuria, undefeated guy from Spain, very young, I think 25, Spain and Georgia. He lives in Spain and grew up in Spain as far as I'm concerned, but originally his parents, I think, are from Georgia. He at least reps Georgia as well. And Jordans are just crazy, they're so tough, so durable. You saw it in his last fight, he got dropped. He was losing the fight at the beginning, got dropped, I thought it was over. Came back, knocked that dude out cold. This guy is hard for days. And good stamina, crazy power. He's a little bit a smaller guy for the division, but he has... Oh wait, was it in lightweight his last fight? It probably wasn't lightweight his last fight, but now it's in featherweight again. But he has crazy power and can knock everybody out in my opinion. And he's still so young, even though he looks like he's 35, he's 25 years old, which is crazy.
You look like a 50-year-old retired skateboarder.
12-0, and he definitely has the power to put Brycemitchell out. And we have seen Brycemitchell now against a crazy good striker. I am not sold yet on Iliatopuria's grappling. I don't say I believe he has bad grappling. I should say we haven't seen anything that tells me, hey, okay, he can withstand Brycemitchell's grappling, because Brycemitchell will take you down. If you don't knock him out immediately, he will take you down eventually. He has great takedowns. He only fought Ryan Hall, as far as I'm concerned, who is a real good grappler, who is famous for his grappling. And the Ryan Hall fight, if you know Ryan Hall, he's a very weird and odd guy. Like, I always wonder how he wins fights, because it just goes for an Imanari roll. You can Google what an Imanari roll is. Kind of a weird roll to get into a leg lock or just a heel hook or whatever you want to call it. And he's not a real MMA fighter for me. I don't know, he's like a weird grappler that goes for Imanari rolls the whole time. And Iliatopuria was just smart enough to keep his distance from him, and then when he was on the ground, because he always lays down on the ground, Brian Hall, then just ground and pounded him to oblivion. So it didn't prove his grappling there or something. He proved that he's smart and he has fight IQ, which is good. But I believe Brycemitchell's experience, he's a few years older, he's so well-rounded, he's so good in the grappling department. I'm always so impressed with him. He always shows me something new that I haven't seen of him before. And I believe Brycemitchell will unanimous decision Ilia Topuria. 3-round fight, he takes him down a lot, tries to submit him. Ilia Topuria will show that he has great submission defense, defend it. I see the fight going quite like the Edson Barboza fight of Brycemitchell. And if it goes like that, that's a great learning experience for Ilia Topuria. But it's definitely also possible that Ilia catches him with something and knocks him out. Bryce has never landed a knockout in his life, so that's not an option for me that Bryce knocks him out, even though you never know, he knocked down Edson Barboza. Anson Barboza, like he calls him. I'm really curious to find out how that fight goes. I'd probably be rooting for Brycemitchell, even though I'm a fan of both guys, honestly. But I just love Brycemitchell. And let me know in the comments, guys. Who do you think will win that fight, how and why? And make sure to subscribe to the channel. More breakdowns of the other fights of the cards are coming, so really subscribe to the channel, don't miss it. And I wish you all a great day, eat your vegetables and stay healthy. Bye-bye, guys. Bloodsport out.
Eat your vegetables.